All right, cool. All right, guys, happy November, how is it November? At the end of this month, a lot of us will have been at Shackley a year, which is crazy. A bunch of us jumped in December. Like, what is happening? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see what our team's done in the past 11 months so far and still rocking and rolling. So these are kind of the things that we have going on this month. Obviously, our team call right now. As far as November groups, we have the Healthy for the Holidays groups that Shackley recommends starting tomorrow. All that templates, the pictures, the PDF, everything is in the back office. And then they recommend the Healthy Gut Reset on the 27th. And we'll touch on this, but I'm going to host a group for the team on the 27th. This is only a 7-day template. And so I'm really going to hit the 7-day cleanse hard for people that are trying to avoid that holiday weight gain. In between Halloween and Christmas, most people gain 7 to 10 pounds. So if we can throw a 7-day cleanse in the middle there and kind of help prevent that holiday weight gain where people can kind of go into the new year just ready to rock and roll, I think is just a really cool offer and a really cool message. I'm like super excited to promote it and do it. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the cleanse because I just did it, but I can still promote it. I can still be in there drinking my shakes, doing all the things. So I'm excited about that. So that's going to start on the Monday after Thanksgiving. And then as far as promotions go, right now they have the Healthy Gut discounted bundle, but there's a bunch of stuff that's going to come. So there's going to be weekly promos. Trying to remember what they were, because I know they were all kind of changing, but there's going to be weekly promos and discounts where it'll be like a $5 add-on for lip serum, a $5 add-on for I can't remember what else they were thinking, but really cool promos that we can offer to our customers to kind of get them to jump. They're also going to offer some like different products and some bundles and new product that they're coming out with. One I remember is the, do you guys remember the trio set that they had last year with the body serum, the body wash, and the body lotion? They changed the scent, so now it's going to be like a citrusy scent, and they're relaunching it with in the smaller trio. So that'll be one of the ones that are going to come out. So every week there'll be something new. So you're going to want to really plug in, really pay attention, and you can kind of build a lot of momentum going through the month. And each of the promos are only going to be good for that 1 week. So they're not going to like build like each week. So it'll be like 1 week it's the lip serum, the next week it's the whatever it is, and they're just going to keep going from there. So I will do my best to like post it as soon as I hear about it, but I'm sure on the Monday calls they're going to announce all of those things. So if you can at least get on the front part of the calls, so you kind of know what's going on with corporate, know what they're promoting, you know about the quarterly incentives, you know about all those things, so that you can really stay focused. I feel like when I'm on those calls, I'm way more plugged into my business. I'm way more focused. I feel like I know what's going on, so really plug into those calls. It really kind of helps. All right, what's happening? What's happening to my pictures? See, they're right there. Hold on, let's try this again. Oh, what's going on? Does it look blank for you guys when I do that? But you can see it there, right?
Yeah.
In the world. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about ranks. I'll make this as big as I can. Oh, now it's gone again. Okay, interesting. So I like to do like a little bit of different recognition every month. So we're going to talk a little bit about ranks and commission tiers. So last month in October, Kim ended the month at senior coordinator. I think this is like, gosh, she's held senior coordinator for a long time. She's doing absolutely fantastic. Every month she and her team show up. It's pretty impressive. Angie and Taryn are both holding strong at senior director, and I know pushing for that coordinator and above rank. And then we had 7 people hold director for the month of October. So congrats, Krista, Cassie, Krista Quinn, Morgan, Danica, Rachel Amick, and Tara Davis. I always mess that up. Tara's on the call. Congrats. I know you were pushing really hard for that rank. So awesome job. And then for commission tiers, so you guys know, you guys have control over your commission. So when you bring a new customer on, no matter what, you're going to get 30% commission on a new customer. But as those repeat customers start ordering, you're in control of where your commission tier lands, depending on how your sales fall. So, depending, you know, if you sell over $5,000, you can make 30% commission all the time. And the really cool thing to remember is your commission tier is also the same amount that you're going to get back on your own purchase. So if you're hitting the 30% commission tier and you made $100 purchase of Shackley products, you're going to get a bonus $30 on your paycheck that's going to help pay for the products that you're buying. So remember that commission tier, like it, not only are you getting commission, but it also is your points on purchase. So October commission tier, Kim and myself hit the 30% commission. Taryn, you earned 25% commission. We had a ton of people in the Taryn was in the 25% commission. Then we had a bunch of people that hit 20%. Angie, Mandy, Cassie, Krista, Jamie, Danica, Jenna, Tara, Amanda, Krista, Morgan, and Rachel. Congrats on hitting that 20% tier. That is, for the most part, if you're hitting the 20% tier, you're going to be a director and above just because of the amount of volume you have to bring in to hit that. And then the 15% commission tier, Sherry, Michelle, Jill, Amanda, Leonie, Michelle, and Jessica. So I think, oh, Michelle's twice. But anyway, congrats guys. Awesome job last month. I know the fall has kind of been interesting, but I already can feel like last month our team was like building momentum again. And I also feel like this month is going to be the same. With businesses like this, I feel like the holidays and going into January and February is just our sweet spot. So make sure that you're showing up. We're going to talk a lot about that on social, showing up on social media, growing your network, being present. Don't let the holidays be an excuse to take a break from your business, because you're going to be missing out on a ton of momentum going into the new year and a ton of sales for people that are just looking to get healthy. We're going to talk a little bit about promos and everything. Who is trying? Jamie Board. Can she try to get on again? I didn't know who she was, and it freaked me out. You know how the weird people that like jump on. You're muted, but sorry, Kim texted me, one of her girls was trying to get in, and
she is new on our team.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Jamie, I didn't mean to kick you out. You scared me. I didn't know who you were. Okay, hopefully she's back in. She should be back in. I think she just asked. Someone did. Okay. So last week we announced our leadership retreat that's going to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, January 19th through the 21st. This is huge, you guys. We put a lot of thought into this. I was picking everybody's brain. Oh, my dog. Hold on. Let me get him out of here. Go. Anyway, sorry, we put a lot of thought into this retreat and what would be something super exciting for you to earn, but also something that you're going to walk away from this weekend with an action plan in place, walking away with tangible tips to grow your business. And so we put these requirements in place that are completely attainable for every single person. We're asking for 6 stars and 2 ambassadors between now and the end of the year. And that is totally doable. And the reason we did that is because we wanted you to have some skin in the game. We wanted people that really wanted to be there, that are actively growing their business, actively growing their team, so that when we're there that weekend, everybody's all in, on fire, ready to build their business. So really start pushing for this. It's going to be an awesome weekend. I'm so excited for it. If you look back on the post, you can earn travel money if you end at a certain rank. Just for hitting these requirements, you get your housing paid for. So it's going to be really, really cool. Let's talk a little bit about promos for the month. So like I said, there's going to be more promos and products announced weekly, but they did come out with this healthy gut bundle, which, you guys, it's pretty incredible what you can get for $159. So you get the 28 serving shake, which is $98 by itself. plus the 20-pack of collagen, plus Optiflora DI, that's a $30 product, and then Easy Just. So it's a huge discount. It's normally $214 for all of this stuff, and you can get it for $159. You just need to use the code Gut Health. So that's the gut bundle that they have right now. And then, like I said, the promos and products will be announced weekly. One thing that I've been doing for people that already did the cleanse, but are still wanting to focus on their health and wellness for the holidays, this is a perfect bundle that they can get if they don't want to do the cleanse again. All right, we already talked about this, the healthy holidays and the healthy gut reset. I started scheduling the healthy holidays stuff into my VIP group. It is so good. There's so much amazing content in there. So this is content that you can use you can talk about it on social media, you can post it in your VIP group, or you can even run a completely separate group. The idea behind this one is it's totally free and just a way to get people interested in Shaklee products and interested in working with you as an ambassador. Then the customer group, which is the one we're starting the Monday after Thanksgiving. This is for your current customers or people that are purchasing from you this month. And that's going to be the 7-day cleanse, healthy gut reset. All right, before I move on, are there any questions about any of that? I know that was a lot, and I try to put all this stuff on the team page, but is there any questions about any of that? And then we will move on to Kim.
I do have a question.
Okay.
The leadership retreat is just 6 stars, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be 2-star club.
Right, 6 stars. Because I did,
cool.
yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
All right, Kim, I'm going to stop sharing my page. Hi. So you guys, if you don't know Kim Jenson or don't follow her on social media, you need to. She's it's fit.over40.
Fit over 40. I think I'm just fit over .40.
Fit over.40.
Fit over 40. Yep. That's
Fit
me.
Hi. Fit over 40 on Instagram. She has done an amazing job. She shows up super consistently. And it shows in her business. So it's not just she's showing up on social media, she's posting all the reels, she's doing all the things, and it's not actually translating into business growth. She is actually doing all the things, and it's also translating. She's hit every single trip since she started. She launched the 1st of January, I think signed up in December, but launched January 1st. She hit director in her first week. She hit coordinator in her first month. She earned the Cabo trip. She was number 2 in the company in the February Team Up Challenge. She earned the Nashville trip. She earned a Miami retreat with Christy, our upline. We just got back. Where did we just get back from? Where were we? Oh, we just got back from Arizona, which was the second quarterly. Am I missing a trip? Am I missing something? She's earned iPad. She's earned every single quarterly incentive. Anyway, she's done it all. This whole, and it shows.
My varsity jacket. Thanks, Taryn.
Oh, the varsity jacket, the hat,
Can't
the
wait to rock that varsity jacket.
Can we make like a funny reel with it or something when we all
I was actually thinking about if it comes soon and I have all these cheer competitions coming, I'm totally going to wear it.
That would be really cute.
Because I feel like that's like so typical to a cheer mom, right? Just show up in my Shaklee Letterman's jacket.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, Avery's like team name, like, used to get like the patches.
Mm-hmm. That would be super cute.
That'd be super cute.
Well,
thanks
the
for
luggage, all of
and
the
the
things.
luggage. Yeah,
The
got luggage these days.
So we're going to pick her brain on all things social media, growing her network, how she shows up, what her game plan is, and everything in between. So Kim, take it away.
Well, thanks for that, Kelly. Let me start also by saying I've been at this social media game for about 10 years. So I'm not like I've been here and I've been around. I was fit over 30 10 years ago. Just kidding. But for real. And I actually lost my Instagram account when I first started Shaklee in February, I had an Instagram account of 55,000 and it got hacked and stolen and held for ransom. So I had to start over this year in all the fronts, which is, I mean, kind of fitting if you ask me. So I've learned a lot along the way, and I've failed forward for sure. But one of the things that I recently just made the change from, and why I used to be Cardio Kids Chaos, and the reason I changed my name was I finally realized that I was speaking to too many people. And every time I would go to post, I would have imposter syndrome in the sense of, who am I talking to? And so once I was able to say, I actually, I went into Chat GPT, which is just an app that kind of is creepy, and it's artificial intelligence, and it and asks you questions. And I basically put in, get to know me and help me create a brand for myself that has to end. And so they ask you a whole bunch of questions, and uh, it, it this is who you're speaking to. You're speaking to the woman over 35 who's probably in perimenopause, or the woman who's already in menopause. And that is your person. So someone who's focused on nutritional goals, health goals, family goals, the whole nine. And I now focus, I don't speak to the 30-year-old. I don't speak to the breastfeeding mom. I don't speak to the, the 25-year-old who just came out of college. I speak to the woman who is not sleeping and who has no energy and who doesn't know where to find protein and who is struggling with menopause symptoms and who has acne at 40 years old. And I focus on specifically that. And that has given me so much more, I feel like, ability to connect with actual women, because what I was lacking is, it was almost like I was just kind of free for all. So no one really knew who I was and what it was that I was there to help them with. And so when I made that switch, it became very clear. Like, if you go now and you'll see this across the board, because this is definitely social media's training everybody. Like, if you look at like a big, I'm just going to use Beachbody because that's where I came from, a big Beachbody named like Holly Hillier. If you go to her reels, every single reel starts with, here's how I lost 40 pounds. Here's how I lost 40 pounds. I lost 40 pounds because now to me, it's monotonous and it's like, I don't want to follow, but I understand where she's coming from. She's only she helps the first person who wants to lose 40 pounds. And then she finds a new person who wants to lose 40 pounds. And because we all know that the only way you grow is by finding new people. That's why that metric is so important in Shackley. If we aren't finding new people, we aren't going to grow, because the likelihood of someone falling off or having a financial burden somewhere else and Shackley having to get cut is very high. That is like basically 100% will happen. And so you can't just base off of your current clientele, because not only are you going to put all your faith and trust into these people, you're going to be let down and disappointed. And I will tell you that I had 5 family members on very high orders all year, and all 5 of them have quit. All 5 of them. So can I go to my family and be like, you guys suck? No, I got to go find new people, right? Like, I can't put all my eggs in one basket. And so if we're not constantly finding new people every month, we will burn out. We won't grow. And so one of the things that I have found, and I played with this a lot, I was posting, I spent the year kind of trial and error in what was working and what wasn't. And I would post twice a day, and I would reel and a quote every day, or I would post once a day. And what I found, and I actually paid for an audit, was that once a day, 5 to 6 times a week was all that was necessary. And here's why. When you are posting too much, and too much means probably more than once, all you're doing is competing with yourself. You are taking the algorithm from one post and you are putting it to the next post. So the 8 people or 10 people who saw your first post are going to be the same 10 people that are going to see your second, and no one else is going to see it. So if we don't have quality specific content posts, no sales posts, yes, every once in a while you can have a sales post or a call to action, but maybe the call to action isn't necessarily a join me. Maybe it's a, hey, can I help you figure out how much protein you need? Hey, can I help you figure out if you're drinking enough water? Hey, can I help you sleep better? And it's having those conversations. And it's like, hey, talk to me about how you're sleeping. And then you don't have to sell her anything. You can simply give her some tips, right? And now she's like, wow, that was like for free. Like, she just told me how to sleep better. And I'm going to go and buy that $14.99 container of magnesium, and I'm going to go and sleep better. That's how you create people that are going to keep coming back, right? Because they're only not the pooping kind of magnesium, just so we're clear. No oxide, glycinate. So we're all on the same page. Thanks, Morgan and Kelly, because I was having some issues earlier this year. Anyway, unless you need to poop, 100%. If you need to poop, I might take some tonight. Just kidding. Anyway, point of my story is you can offer so much to people when you give them free stuff. And the more free stuff you offer them, the more they're going to come back for more. And so, you know, when I go into this week, I always have a business post once a week, always. And I always like hop back into the train of like why it's better over here, right? Number two, I'm always talking, I think of like one in the gym, one outside, one in my kitchen, and one in my like doing something space. That's how simple it is. And then as far as ideas go, find other people who are doing what you're doing. If your niche is the 30-year-old tired mom, go find tired 30-year-old moms who are selling exactly what, not Shackley, but some other product, and see what they're doing that's working. And all you have to do is then take that reel and create it and make it your own. That's it. That's the simplicity of the internet. Of course, if you come up with your own ideas, even better. But I know for me in the state that I'm in my life, I don't have that capacity all the time. Most of the time, an idea will spawn after watching somebody do something, and I'll be like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I would rather do it like this or whatever. But once you kind of find some, like, you know, someone who's been in this industry for 10 years, say, like if you were like a 30-year-old fit over 30, I'd be like, hey, you should go take all my posts from 10 years ago. Just kidding, don't, because they were really bad. But you see what I'm saying? Like, find people who have content from years and years and just recreate and find what works for you. And it doesn't always have to be a reel. You don't have to post 5 to 6 reels a day. You could post a picture, you could post a carousel, which is like 10, you could post a quote, you know, and then maybe like a couple reels. Obviously reels are what they like, so they're gonna do that. They want that. They like when you use their things. But that's my biggest advice. What I see most people doing is it's like they spit fire. Either there's two people in the world of this business. There's people who don't post and they're only in their stories. And I don't mean to call you out, but I will tell you that if you have nothing on your storefront, no one's going to follow you. You have to be relevant. You have to show people. The funniest people, it's like you go to their stories and there's so much information, and then you go to their storefront and they haven't posted in like 2 months. Where are you? What happened? Where'd you go? Like, what do you got? You know, what is your take? Because otherwise you're just your stories, which is usually you being salesy. And that's okay, because that's what stories are for. It's like a little bit of you, a little bit of your business, and then, you know, you hit home. But there has to be a storefront, right? Like if you walk into Nordstrom and all there is someone selling, or telling you what you need to have, but there's no like personable, there's no like sexy picture in the front with the nice shoes and the nice outfit, you're going to get stuck, right? Like you're going to feel the sales, you're going to feel the pressure. So you have to decide, how can you navigate? And so that's why 5 posts a week is not that's nothing, guys. That's like nothing. Now, the key to the 5 posts a week is not to post and ghost. Okay. The post and ghost is like the worst thing you can do for your business, because now you're showing on Instagram exactly what they think you're doing, or Facebook. You are posting and you're leaving the app. They want you to stay in the app. That's how you keep them getting you into the algorithm. So what do? Take 10 minutes before you post. If you're posting specifically to something about the business, okay? What I would go and do, let's say you came from Arbonne, okay? I would go find an Arbonne person that's like high up there in the world who does like a CTA about joining them for the business. Then I would go to the comments of that post and I would seek out some of those people who are maybe with Arbonne, maybe they aren't. At this point, you guys, all is game. Anytime I actually told this someone the other day. I was telling you, Morgan, you know, back, like the only reason Kelly, like her and I ended up talking about Shackley back in December was because we were on the same team and we were like already friends. But Kelly, do you honestly think you would have openly hit me up based on, actually, I can't use you as an example because you knew my business was like going to the tank, right? But like, you would never go hit up someone you think is like, I looked successful. Kelly looked successful from the eye. That was our job. Our job, we had to stay relevant. So we had to look successful. But the truth is, we were ready to go. So don't think anyone is off limits, is my point to this. No one's off limits, and no one is big enough for you. Just because someone has 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers, and you only have 1,000, do not for 1 second think that you aren't good enough for that person. For all you know, they used a service and they bought those 10,000 followers. Okay.
Can we time out real quick? Can you break down what Shackley will do for those big people that want to come over? Because I don't know if everybody knows that. And it's kind of, it's a big deal.
Let's say you come across, or you know somebody that's unhappy and they have a big following, or they're high up in the company that they're with. You could offer to send them product. Shackley will cover it. So you could say, hey, listen, can I send you some product? I think you would love it, fits with your brand. Let's say they're just like a big name in the CrossFit world, or they're just like, they have a big account. They're fit, they've got, I think Shackley said like 5,000 or more, they would like front the stuff. Anything that they've got, or, if they've got something that's worth it, Shackley will send them stuff. Okay. And we all know that our products speak for themselves. Once somebody tangibly has them in their hands, the products will do the talking. And so then at that point, you could say, hey, listen, I don't know if you're happy where you are. I don't know if you have ever thought about adding this business, which, by the way, if you're talking to a big account and they're a fitness account or they're a nutrition account, to come at it from the affiliate standpoint. Who cares if they build a team? They could put links to every single thing in their stories. And the commission base they're going to get here, instead of dealing with like First Form, or which I feel like a ton of them do, or like some other company, or even Amazon, because it's not a lot of money, y'all. It's like 40 cents every time they sell something, versus like they could, as an affiliate, they could really make solid money, especially if they have a big account.
So when you're saying affiliate, you're just meaning someone coming over, signing up as an ambassador, but all they're doing is selling, no team growth. They're just literally selling product. Boom, boom, boom. Yep.
Yeah. That's all they're doing, because they're already selling in their stories. They're already selling in everything they do. So why not just have them sell that too?
So, and yeah, for these big accounts, like Kim said, you can offer, they call them like VIP boxes. So they're product boxes. Again, it has to be somebody that has like a pretty legit following, or a pretty legit business. Then you can get them on a call with corporate, and they'll go over the comp plan and talk about why this business is different and what we can offer. And then the real selling point is they will match income to bring somebody over. And that's like for a bigger person that's making, $2,000 plus a month somewhere else at another company, they'll put together a contract that will basically pay them to come over here while they're building their business, which is huge, because a lot of people aren't willing to walk away from, no matter if their business is falling apart or not, it's hard to walk away from.
Still walk away from money. Yes. Because if you're a big account and you've gotten to the point where you're like easily making 2,000-3,000 a month, which isn't a lot, probably in the past, they're probably making closer to 10, but that's still $3,000 that they're barely doing anything to get. So they will absolutely take that and run with it. But yes, the minute Kelly, I, or upline, whoever it is, we will walk you through that. So help us help, in those moments, we'll help. So just bring us on board, and we can do that. But yes, so back to 10 and 10. So don't ghost and post. So you want to take those 10 minutes and go and hit up all the people who comment on the bigger name. You can hit up the big person too, but the bigger name and go and like their stuff, comment on their posts, put them into a favorites. Do you guys know how to do that? Like when you hit, make a following, make a post, like make a follow or a favorites tab. So when you're in Instagram, you know exactly who to go hit up and make sure that you're getting all their notifications, right? Give them some love, 10 minutes, then do your post. You got your post up there, and then take 10 minutes and just go and comment on all your current followers, people who are already there. I can't tell you how many people I have gotten literally the same day, Like I will go and I'll comment on their thing. And I'm probably the only person who comments on their post because there's too many people. They will sign up with me that day. It's happened honestly 20 times in this business since I've started with Shackley. I never used to do this with Beachbody. I didn't really know how to do any of these things. But so take those 10 minutes. When people say, actually, okay, so I got to speak yesterday at a I don't know what you call it, a conference, a wellness event in North Carolina with I think there was 15 master coordinators there, one presidential coordinator. These people have been with Shackley since, I mean, guys, there was a woman, her name is Dee Dee something. I don't even know her last name. Do you want to know it? I have to tell the story because she's wild. She found out about Shackley because she was giving her horse. Okay. So she was a race horse person. So she raced horses for her and her husband. That's what they did for a living. They raced horses and her horse got really sick. His name was, can't remember. And her horse got really sick and somebody came and said, you know, you need to give him Shackley. And so she gave the horse the vitamins. That horse was taking alfalfa. That horse was taking, this doctor flat out said, the veterinarian said, this horse will never walk again. Your career. And this was like their only moneymaker. Okay. So this horse, like they needed this horse. Shackley brought this horse back to life. That horse ended up continuing to race and, and had all these things. So at that point, her husband ended up dying, which was really sad. And sounds like she's still really very grieving over it. Anyway, she decided she didn't want to clean stalls for the rest of her life. And she decided that the stuff that saved her horse was going to save her life. And she went after it. And now she is a presidential coordinator. And anytime someone in her downline hits master coordinator, she takes them to Paris and they drive in a Rolls Royce and they buy a Louis Vuitton. That's her business. That's the kind of people I was in just so setting the stage here. So then the whole time, the coolest part about, and I think that this really helps in what it is that we get to do. We are, and I know we've talked about this before, but we're not taking care, we're not adding to sick care. America has turned into doctors are providing sick care. They're just listening to the symptom and they're not treating the issue. They're treating sick care. They're making you sicker. And Shackley believes in treating the problem, right? And so what's really cool is I was in a room full of like physical doctors, and all of them believe that like that their industry has lost its mojo, so to speak. And so that's why they love Shackley, because Shackley comes alongside and it provides care. And one of the guys that spoke at the very end, he's presidential lifetime master, and he actually knew Dr. Shackley. He was old, very old, this guy, and he knew Dr. Shackley. And he said, if you have ever met a man who believed in servitude, that's why that word is a part of our core values. But he said servitude, he said his entire life was dedicating to serving people. And all he ever wanted to do was to create a business that served people where they needed it most, which was within their health. And that's like the foundation of Shackley. And when we resonate on that and meditate on that and kind of let that sink in, that's the kind of business that we joined. We didn't join the flashy, the sexiest thing you could join out there. We joined something that has a foundation that is literally from a heart of gold. And I just think that that's the difference here. That's the Shackley difference. And being in that room and listening to these people talk about, I mean, their family and they care and they're concerned with the well-being of the person. And I really don't think there's any other company that's built like that anymore. And so when you get on the phone or you start talking to people, it's like, there's a book, actually, it's called the Shackley book, or the Shackley difference. Have you guys seen this by Dr. Shackley?
No.
He wrote a book and it looks phenomenal. Every person in the room has read the book. They like make their clients, every client gets the book. And I was like, okay, why has no one else told us about this book? And then I just remembered just right now. Did anybody find it?
I'm looking right now.
Anyway,
Shackley's, wait, the Shackley story? That one?
the Shackley story. Yep. That's it. It's red, right? Or no? By Robert Shackley. Yeah. That's it. That's his book. There's another version of it out there too that looks different. I mean, it looks about as old as ancient time. The one that I saw was red. I wonder if someone had redone the cover or something.
Yeah, I see the red one.
Oh, you did see the red one?
Yeah, yeah. How funny.
I mean, it's definitely been through, but that's the thing though. When you're talking to people, that's what you get to lead with. It's like, I'm not trying to like, sell you something that's like the next best thing. This is like curable. This is curing sickness in people. And that's why they give out like a textbook when you hit a rank in this business, because they truly know that you're on the path to helping people live longer. And there's something really cool about that. And I think the more you think about it, the easier it is to post about it. And the more it is to, easier it is to talk about it in your stories and have something to a leg up on. And so I encourage you to go find Dr. Shackley's quotes. He has a million of them, and he really was a wise man who believed in servitude and believed in helping people take care of their well-being. And it's just really cool to think about that we get to be a part of that. It really is. And there was a doctor that spoke at the end, and she was like, the coolest thing is, she's like, we're like a kept secret, but it's a secret that more people need to know about. And that's why we're here. And it's just really cool. Really, really cool. So anyway, back to posting. Don't compete with yourself. Don't just put up a post to put up a post. Take the time to I'll talk on that. Yeah. To really be methodical about what it is that you're posting, and don't be afraid to change your Instagram handle name. You can change it all the time. It's not like for life, but it really will give you a sense of, I don't know, like almost like a roadmap of where you need to go with your business. Yes, 66% of Americans are on prescription drugs. The average person is 6 pills over the age of 50. And with Shackley, the 97% of Shackley between the ages, I think it's like 20 to 30-year-olds, are on zero. From 30 to 50, I think it was 97. It was like 92% zero. And for anything older, it was like 87%. That's amazing. Amazing. Especially when, as we are all seeing, prescription drugs are killing. They're killing the amount of children going on prescription drugs I think it's up 542% than what our generation ever was on. Yeah, you can totally share those stats. This other guy, I don't even know what his name is, Dr. Cheney. I can probably get his conversation. I can probably get his slides, but that's awesome that we have what it takes to offer people to get them off of stuff. I don't know if you read Matthew Perry's book, but at 8 weeks old, his parents put him on a prescription because he was colicky. And which is something they would probably never ever do anymore. Who knows? Maybe they still do. But they put him on a prescription drug that was supposed to aid with colicky, and they basically made him an addict at 8 weeks old. And when he went to rehab, they put him on that same drug that they put that 8-week-old baby on again and again and again. And his whole life, he basically blames the fact that he was created to be an addict at 8 weeks old. And that's one story. You all know that that's probably the average, that's very common. And so we have a pandemic of ourselves, and I think that we have the ability to help. And when you think about that and you think of the severity of that, I don't know, makes it even more exciting to help people, So anyway, sorry, tangent there. And anything else that you want me to cover, talk about, questions?
That's what I was thinking. Does anyone have questions for Kim, or like how I think I'll ask, like, how do you take them from free or recommendations to a sale?
So I usually like, hey, how can I help you sleep? And they will normally, and at that point I'll invite them to my wellness community, because I'll be like, hey, we cover tons of free content in there. Get into my wellness community. And I would say that it doesn't take long for them to see, like, and I put up a lot of like CTA, or, like, hey, I have 4 spots left for this cleanse starting on Monday. Hop in. Like, I do that a lot in my wellness community. So I think once they get in there, they realize, like, oh, she can help me even more. Oh, she can help me lose weight, or, oh, she can, so I do think, I will say this, in my wellness community, I try to post at least 3 times a day. I try to go live in there 4 times a week. I spend more time in there than I do. And I can't say that it's 100% tenfold, because a lot of times I feel like, unfortunately, your Facebook, a wellness group is if it has no action, Facebook won't show it to the people, which is really lame. So figuring out ways to get people to comment on stuff is part of the fun, part of the fun every day. Whether it's fun trivia questions or prizes, or I will say that if you're starting out your business, getting a pack of Triple Defense and some collagen and giving those out like candy, they will do it themselves. Those 2 products, I feel like, are like such game changers in our arsenal. And so helping people use them is huge. Yeah.
All right, what questions do you guys have for Kim? Nothing. It's your chance to pick her brain.
This is it.
This is
This is all. This is it.
She'll never talk to you ever again.
Ever again. If you don't have
I wrote down a lot of things. I wrote down post 1 a day, make it be quality with value. Stories are for selling, and then 10 for 10. Those were the main points that I wrote down that I thought were super awesome. So maybe write down a couple of the things that she shared and start doing them, start implementing them. And I think the biggest thing is it will not work overnight. Like, you have to show up consistently over time before you can be like, this is working or it's not. The saddest thing I see is people come in, they post one time, they don't get 1 million people joining them, and they just say, oh, this isn't for me, I'm going to stop trying. Where you have to show up every day, like Kim said, and you're building that credibility and that trust because you're showing up every day. So lead with that too. But
yeah, consistency is key. I mean, the minute they're waiting for you not to post. And I don't know why I like to not, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say, like, I like to not follow, like, that fuels me to, like, not disappear. Do you know what I mean? Like, you won't take me down. It's like the aggressor in me. Like, you can't I don't care if you like my posts. Like, the best thing I ever was told was, like, you go live and like 0 people watch you, but you have confidence like there's 1,000. That's the key, right? Like, you show up like 1,000 people are watching you and 1,000 people are joining you every day, and you speak like that. That's how you speak like everyone's joining you, and eventually everyone will join you, but you have to just show up every day and convince the masses that that's what's happening. And then, go find new people and get them in your stories and get them watching, and then do the same thing, go watch theirs. And that's why this business isn't like hours a day. It really doesn't have to be. It can be 1 hour a day. It's not crazy. So you just have to be, I think you have to be diligent, and you have to be like very specific in what it is that you're going to go do. So, yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. Well, thanks,
Great.
Kim. I appreciate it. All right, guys, have a great night, and let's make it an awesome month. It's gonna be great. All right,
Yes.
guys, talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.